Hello there. This is Galaxy Voyager 128, here to make a submission for the Project for Awesome. For over the course of the last 2 decades, technological progress has finally equipped us with the tools necessary to succeed in the oldest quest of mankind. The task of reversing the aging process of the human body within about the next 10 to 20 or so years. And as such, many of us feel quite ecstatic to be living in a time in which such a feat is feasible. But still, despite the existence of these tools, something is far more important is needed to get this job done, and that is the will of society as a whole. The progress in the field of biotechnology is giving us great hope but the need for the field of life extension as a whole is to get that support out and the support it needs to get to the point in which we could get it available this century. 100 years ago, there was no sense to think about these kind of possibilities because there was no technology that made this feasible to do. However, and as such, it would not make sense 100 years from said time period to even care about it because, yeah. However, if there was ever a time to care about such things, it's now. The most important challenge, this is by far our most important challenge, to fulfill these dreams, these hopes, all these foreseen possibilities for the coming years are connected to this goal. We need to basically live long, so we could think long term and get more progress done as a society. This will basically unlock everything. It could unify us, it could advance us, it could lead to a lot of things because we will have all the time we need to put the effort into getting them done. And that's where, so basically, to speed this up, we work on spreading the word as a movement, and the scientists that work in these fields request this of us. And these are these first steps, these sparks, so to speak, which will ignite the series of the events that's needed to bring this to the attention of the people. We need, the voices of the public as a whole, these people in the movement, to grow it, expand it, get the attention of these large, more influential people, and eventually it will be brought to people like celebrities, billionaires, eventually even leaders. And that will lead to a whole revolution in terms of medicine to tackle these kinds of diseases and transcend these limitations in current society and government-based thinking and wake up to these possibilities because it's happening and not a whole lot of people realize it. So we kind of need to educate them more and get them to know more about the progress in regenerative biotechnology. So this basically boils down to getting some cooperation of the largest companies, transparency, share results between the private laboratories. It's basically bringing all these groups together to cooperate toward a common goal, which is to cure age-related diseases. This is an interconnected world, and its success is basically dependent on success of all these different types of fields that are dedicated to tackling the disease. And as such, the infrastructure and nation capacity must be oriented for this task for universal well-being and unification of this planet. Perfect supervision, greater happiness, will bring the enthusiasm and optimal workforce to tackle this issue. It's a formula of the mankind's greatest step towards coming to its senses, a step which has to become an absolute priority. We owe it to all alive today, all yet to be born, and basically help to build the world the way our ancestors would have wanted it. And as such, we need to invest in the Sens Foundation project to help change the world, to help build a better future for everyone alive today and for their children. And for closing things off, as a quote, we must not condemn by Albert Einstein, we must not condemn man's inventiveness and patience at conquest of these forces of nature because it is being used wrongly. The fate of humanity is entirely dependent on its moral development. The reasonable man adapts himself to this world, the unreasonable one persists in trying to adapt the world to himself. Therefore, all progress depends on the unreasonable man. The weight of the world is less heavy with many shoulders. Once we accept our limits, we go beyond them. As such, the question is not if living indefinitely will ever happen, but when. And the faster we could get to when, the better we as a whole are. As such, we must always change, always renew and rejuvenate ourselves to get to that point. Everything is hard before it's easy, as quoted by Johann von Goethe. And basically, to Mother Nature, truly, we're grateful for what you've made us. No doubt, you did the best that you could. However, with all due respect, I and many others must say that you have, in many ways, haven't done a perfect job with human constitution. We have been made vulnerable to disease and damage, and as such, we can't really, it's really causing a whole lot of issues, and we need to basically solve these issues to cure all these diseases and rejuvenate ourselves and repair ourselves and maintain ourselves. And as such, it's our job, your job, our job, my job, everyone's job, to spread the word. So scientists will do the work, and then you can basically live for as long as you like, and basically live a very healthy and productive life for as long as you live. we can really only, and to quote Alan Turing, we only see a short distance ahead, but we can see plenty there that needs to be done. So, basically, this whole thing is my submission for Project for Awesome. We really need to get all this under control in order to prioritize the need for regenerative medicine to cure various diseases, to make ourselves healthy, to repair and maintain ourselves, because that way we can think in the long term, we can solve every issue, better the world, and basically usher in new eras of peace and prosperity for mankind. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you all for the competition. Maybe this'll win, maybe it won't, but it was happy for me to participate. See ya.